Hello again, my name's John. I'm a retired cook from the northeast of England in the UK, and welcome to my latest bread recipe. And in this one I'm going to show you how I make my very popular French baguettes, but on a baguette tray instead of a couche cloth, as a lot of people are having problems transferring this soft dough from the couche cloth to the flat baking tray. But by using a perforated baguette tray like this one, it makes the process much easier, as you'll see in the video. You can view the ingredients list and full written method for this recipe on the recipe page on the channel's website. I'll leave a link in the description under the video, or you can click on the eye icon top right of the screen to take you directly to the recipe page. I'd also like to thank my Patreon, PayPal and Super Thanks supporters for their very kind help in producing these tutorial videos. Your amazing financial support really helps with ever increasing equipment, ingredient and editing software costs. I'll be giving you all a name splash and shout out a little later in the video. Now before I get started, over the next 3 to 4 weeks I'll be transferring to my new kitchen, which has actually been in the process of being built for the last 4.5 months. We've been planning this new kitchen in our house since I retired back in 2014, way before I started making videos on YouTube. So there might be a slight wait for my next video recipe while we move over to the new kitchen. And just out of interest, I will be making a video on the new build from start to finish in the near future. Okay, now I'll get started on this French baguette video. Okay, I'll start the recipe by weighing off the main ingredients, starting with the flour. I do give imperial and metric measurements in the ingredients list, but the best and most accurate unit to use is grams. And that's the 700 grams of flour. Now for the water. And the most accurate way of measuring that is to use grams too. And that's that, 520 grams, which is exactly the same as 520 mils. And that's it. Next is 8 grams or 1 teaspoon of salt. Lastly, it's the ½ teaspoon or 2 grams of instant or active dried yeast. You can use either. You can use a set of jeweler's scales to weigh these if you wish, but teaspoon measurements are okay for these small quantities. And if you want to use fresh yeast, you'll need 8 grams. And that's the 4 simple ingredients you need for this delicious bread: flour, salt, yeast and water. Now, like I said in the intro, instead of using a couche cloth, which a lot of you are having problems with, you can use a baguette tray like this one instead. I'll leave my UK Amazon affiliate link in the description box for this baguette tray. They are quite cheap too. Start the recipe by adding your flour to a large bowl. Next, add the salt and mix it in. Now add the yeast and mix that in too. Finally, make a well in the flour and add the water. Now, using my trusty wooden spoon handle, I'll bring the mixture together. Now remember, this is a no-knead recipe, so it's important that you don't overwork the dough at this stage. Now use your bowl scraper to clean down the sides of the bowl and gently bring it all together to a shaggy mass. Okay, cover the bowl. Now I like to use a shower cap for this, as it keeps in the moisture whilst allowing the dough to breathe. These shower caps are available in various colours and patterns on the website shop if you want one. Just another way you can support the channel, guys. Now these next few stages are the most important part of making French baguettes. And that is, let it rest and rise for 45 minutes. And as you'll see, these rest and rise periods will be repeated another 3 times. And it's this rest, rise and fold method that gives this style of bread its fantastic taste and texture. Okay, that's the first 45 minutes up. I'll zip through the next 3 rest periods. All you do after each 45 minutes is to fold the dough, just for a few seconds. Put it back in the bowl and repeat after the next 45 minutes. You can fold it in the bowl or turn it out as I'm doing in this fold, but make sure your hands are wet. That'll prevent the dough from sticking to you. Each time you do this, you'll see the dough getting bigger and smoother. If you didn't follow this procedure, all you would end up with is ordinary bread in the shape of a baguette. You may as well go to your local supermarket and buy one there. So be patient and go through these steps. It's the only way you'll get to experience the true taste and texture of these delicious French baguettes. OK, cover and set your timer for the next 45. OK, time's up on this second rise. And this time I'll show you how to fold the dough in the bowl. Just pull the dough upwards using your bowl scraper dipped in water each time and fold it over. Turn the bowl a little and repeat this for about 6 or 7 times. And it's up to you how you fold your dough, in the bowl or out on the bench, whatever is easiest for you. OK, cover and set your timer again. Right, almost done with these rest and rise steps. I hope you're noticing how bigger and much smoother the dough looks now. Once again, using your preferred folding method, give it a few turns and get it back into the bowl for its final rest and rise step. I know this takes quite a while, but plan your day around it. You don't have to be standing over it every minute of the process. The best analogy I can use is when you put your washing in the washing machine, you don't stand there for 3 hours watching it. You do other things around it. OK, cover and set your timer for the last 45-minute rise. While you're waiting for the final proofing, you can get a couple of things ready. Starting with oiling a strip of cling film or plastic wrap, approximately 45 centimeters, that's about 18 inches long. I'm just using a little vegetable oil, but any cooking oil will do. And now set that aside for now. Now get your perforated baguette tray and give it a light grease with butter, oil, or in my case, a little lard. OK, time's up on the final rise. And it looks fantastic. Well risen and very smooth. Now flour your bench exactly as shown in the video and turn out your dough. Flour the top of your dough and using your bench scraper equally divide it up into 4 pieces. And if your measurements were correct at the beginning, each piece should weigh around 310 grams, and that's around 11 ounces each. Once your dough is divided, you need to make the 4 pre-shapes. Just copy the way I'm doing it in the video. Now place all 4 pre-shapes in a line as shown. Once they're all lined up, cover with the prepared cling film, obviously oiled side down, and allow them to relax for 15 to 20 minutes. This rest period will make the final baguette shaping much easier. When the time's up, have your baguette tray close and ready to receive the final shape. Take one of the pre-shapes and flatten it out into a rectangle as shown. Starting at the top, roll it tightly as possible towards you a little at a time. Once you reach the end, use the heel of your thumb to tap the 2 seams together. You can also nip these seams together with your forefingers and thumbs like I did in my sub baguette video, if you find it easier that way. Now lift it carefully over to the baguette tray and gently straighten it out. Do the same for the other 3. And this, my friends, is the beauty of using these perforated baguette trays as opposed to the couche cloth, because this is where they'll stay for the rest of the process. You don't have to handle this dough anymore. Marvellous. Now cover the baguettes with a lightweight dry cloth and let them proof for the final time of 30 minutes. When there's only 10 minutes left on this final proof, preheat your oven to 230 degrees Celsius, that's 445 Fahrenheit or gas mark 9. And at the same time place a pan of hot water on the bottom shelf of your oven. The steam that's created from this pan of hot water is what makes your baguettes crispy. After the final proof, take your lame or curved baker's blade and score each of the now fully risen baguettes 4 times. As this is a fairly soft dough, take your time with this and slash a little at a time. If you don't have one, these great lames or baker's curved blades are available in the website shop. They're also known as baker's lams. Once all 4 are done, get them straight into the preheated oven. Open the door slowly to prevent a blast of steam in the face. Once in the oven, give them a little spray with water as shown. This will make the baguettes even crispier. Now get the door shut and set your timer for 16 minutes. And at this point, I hope you don't mind if I give my 3 recipe books a bit of a plug. The books have lots of our favourite recipes from our work kitchens in them. All 3 books are available in the website shop along with lots of other equipment I use in the videos. Just click on the eye icon top right of your screen and that'll take you to the website shop where all of these items are available now. Also, we now have a shop open on eBay where we have lots of our products for sale too. So if you want to check that one out, I'll leave a link in the description box below the video. Thanks for your time guys, now back to the recipe. Once the time's up, get them out of the oven and onto a wire rack until they cool, at least 15 minutes. Once again, release the steam slowly, and they're looking fantastic. If you prefer a darker colour to your baguettes, you can just leave them in the oven a little longer, and also the crust will be a little harder, but these are perfect for us. Now just listen to how crispy they are. When I come back, I'll show you what they're like on the inside, and of course have a little taste. Absolutely amazing bread. Right, these are still on the warm side, but I can't wait any longer. Instead of traditionally tearing them apart, I'll clean cut them with a bread knife, so you can see the medium to large size crumb or bubbles on the inside. Also, the crumb should have a creamy, light yellowy tinge to it, rather than the normal white colour you get with ordinary white bread. And the smell through this whole process has been absolutely amazing. Okay, I'll try a piece with a little of my homemade butter. I do already have a video on the channel showing how to make butter, but I will be making another quickie butter video in the near future. And that is just heavenly. It is absolutely delicious. So, for those who have been having problems or just too scared to use the couche cloth, this perforated baguette tray is a very good and easier alternative for you to try. And if you do try these and follow the recipe carefully, I guarantee you will be making them on a regular basis. This recipe is definitely a keeper. Massive thumbs up for this one guys. And as promised at the beginning of the video, here is the latest list of my Patreon, PayPal and Super Thank You button supporters. And they are Brian Hill, Melissa Stevenson, Albert Alderson, Susan Elizabeth Ainsley, Stephen, Pam Clark, Judy Humphrey, Kenneth Hunter, Wolfie, Stephen MCFC Welsh, Sarah Park, Melissa, Risa Zimberg, Carol Turner, Wild Will, Jens K, DLZ, Steve Costello, Michael Collins, Bonnie Sue Robinson, Craig Wright, Lisa Farrow, Wen Tai Tan, Carrie A. Crace. Thanks very much, guys. I really do appreciate all that you do in supporting the channel. Well, thank you again for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe by hitting the circle above. If you do subscribe, activate the bell icon next to the subscribe button on my channel page. And by doing that, you'll be automatically notified every time I upload a new video. And in the meantime, here's a few of my other videos and playlists that you may want to watch. So, until the next time, be safe in your kitchen and bye for now.